Join me as I dive into the depths of the dark web to uncover what's really lurking there. Let's see if I can handle what I find. The dark web has always fascinated people, and it's easy to understand why. This mysterious corner of the internet is shrouded in secrecy, sparking our curiosity and imagination. Many of us wonder what lies hidden beneath the surface, what secrets are being shared, and what dangers are lurking in the shadows. Moving on, there are many misconceptions surrounding the dark web. One of the most prevalent is that it's a hotbed of criminal activity, where users can freely engage in illegal activities without fear of repercussions. While it's true that some dark web forums do facilitate illegal transactions, this isn't the only thing happening on the dark web. Many people use it for legitimate reasons, such as whistleblowing or expressing political dissent in countries where freedom of speech is limited. Another misconception is that the dark web is completely anonymous. This simply isn't the case. While it's true that users can remain anonymous, it's not a guarantee. Law enforcement agencies and cybercriminals are constantly trying to uncover identities, and one wrong move can expose you to serious risks. Navigating the dark web safely is a challenge that requires a great deal of caution and technical expertise. It's not something to be taken lightly, and even experienced users can get caught out if they're not careful. You need to use specialized browsers, encrypt your data, and be extremely selective about the sites you visit. Despite the risks, I was determined to explore the dark web for myself, to see what all the fuss was about. As I ventured deeper into the depths of the dark web, I encountered sites that were both fascinating and unsettling. Some were dedicated to sharing knowledge and resources, while others seemed to be dripping with malice. The atmosphere was tense and foreboding, like something out of a sci-fi thriller. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched, even though I was using all the necessary precautions. As I delved deeper, I started to come across some pretty shocking stuff. Things that made me question the true nature of humanity. One site in particular stood out from the rest. It was a forum where users were discussing some really dark topics, things that would make your average person's skin crawl. What struck me was the casual way they were discussing these things. Like they were talking about the weather. It was chilling, to say the least. And it made me realize just how different the dark web is from the surface web we're all familiar with. The more I explored, the more I realized that the dark web is a reflection of humanity in all its complexity. It's a place where the good, the bad, and the ugly coexist, where people can be either their best or worst selves. My experience on the dark web was both fascinating and unsettling, and it's left me with a lot to think about. As I reflect on my journey into the dark web, I'm struck by its complexity and the importance of awareness when venturing into such spaces. The dark web is not something to be taken lightly, and users need to be aware of the risks and take necessary precautions to stay safe. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the dark web. If you've had any experiences exploring the dark web, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about internet mysteries or safety tips, be sure to check out my other videos.